I should have taken the cab. That thought kept circling in my head as I descended the subway stairs, heels clicking against the concrete, the echo too sharp in the empty station. The night had been loud, laughter, music, the clink of glasses. But down here, silence pressed in like a weight. The fluorescent lights hummed overhead, some flickering, others dead entirely, leaving patches of shadow along the tiled walls. The air smelled faintly of rust and damp stone, like the inside of a forgotten cellar. I wrapped my coat tighter around me, telling myself it was fine. Just one train. Just one ride home. The platform stretched out, deserted. No one on the benches. No one at the far end. Just me. My footsteps seemed too loud, so I stopped walking, but the sound didn't stop. A faint shuffle. I froze. It came from behind me, near the stairwell I'd just descended. I turned, heart thudding, but the stairs were empty, just the flicker of a dying bulb. I laughed under my breath. Too sharp, too quick. Get a grip, I whispered. The train wasn't due for another 5 minutes. I sat on the cold metal bench, trying to steady my breathing. My phone had no signal. Of course. I stared at the dark tunnel mouth, waiting for the twin lights of salvation to appear. That's when I saw it. A shadow. Not mine. Not possible. It stretched long across the tiles, cast by nothing I could see. It moved, slow and deliberate, as though someone was walking just out of sight. I stood, pulse hammering, scanning the platform. Empty. The shadow slid along the wall, then vanished into the darker patch beneath a broken light. I told myself I was imagining it. Too many cocktails. Too little sleep. But then came the whisper. Low, breathless, right behind me. I spun around. No one. The whisper came again, closer this time, brushing the shell of my ear, though there was no breath. No body. My throat tightened. I backed toward the edge of the platform, eyes darting everywhere. The tunnel groaned. A rush of stale air pushed out, as though something massive was moving inside. Relief surged. Finally, the train. But the lights that appeared weren't headlights. They were eyes. Two pale, lidless eyes, wide and unblinking, set too far apart, glowing faintly in the dark. I stumbled back, nearly tripping over the bench. The whispering rose into a chorus, dozens of voices overlapping, hissing my name, though I'd never spoken it aloud. The thing crawled from the tunnel. Its body was wrong. Too many limbs, bending the wrong way, scraping against the concrete. Its skin shimmered like wet stone, and every time it moved, the shadows around it shifted, stretching unnaturally, reaching toward me. I ran. My heels clattered against the tiles, the sound ricocheting like gunfire. I didn't dare look back, but I could hear it, skittering, scraping, the chorus of whispers chasing me. The stairwell loomed ahead, salvation just a dozen steps away. And then the lights went out. Total blackness. I froze, chest heaving, ears straining. The whispers stopped, and the silence was worse. Then, warm breath against my cheek. I screamed and bolted upward, hands clawing the railing, dragging myself into the open air. The night was cold, the city alive again with distant traffic and neon glow. I spun, expecting it to follow, but the stairwell behind me was empty. I stood there trembling, trying to convince myself I was safe, that it hadn't been real, that I was drunk, tired, imagining things. But then I noticed something. My shadow. It wasn't moving with me. It stretched long across the pavement, frozen in place, its head tilted toward the stairwell, as if waiting.